Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to today's edition of Crypto and Coffee. I have my sisters back with me today. Yesterday, we were all over the place, y'all. we were we were all over the place. If having a rough day was a person, it was the three of us. That's the best way to explain it. When we finished yesterday's Crypto and Coffee, and Marilyn asked me what was it about, I said I have no idea. I was just rambling. I was rambling from the coffee I had been drinking. So I'm glad to have my sisters back with me today. It's great to have that energy to bounce off of, and we've got some good stuff that we're going to talk about today. So Marilyn, good morning. How you feeling, sis?
Good morning. I am feeling a lot better than I was yesterday. So
Yeah.
that is great.
Well, the great thing about that is even when you're not feeling good, your money is still making money for you, right?
Yeah, I was still able to refresh that screen every now and then.
He was like, oh, I can barely lift my head, but
Yeah, the light hurt my eyes, but just for like a few seconds, it was okay.
and yesterday was so intense with what was happening in the market. We got a couple phone calls from people who went into straight panic mode, and we were like, calm it down, calm it down. I mean, the world is not getting ready to end. I'm about to show my age, but back in 1999, which for some of y'all is probably like, huh, I was just a baby. But back in 1999, I threw a just being silly, an end of the world party, because at that time they were saying that the computers couldn't roll over to 2000 and that the world was going to come to an end because we were just new into technology. So in 1999, it felt like the world was coming to an end to most people. I was just like, it's just a computer. It's just going to bring up a new date, and nothing happened. They were like, everything's going to stop happening. You won't be able to go to hospitals. You won't be able to go to banks. And it was like complete panic. Meanwhile, nothing happened. That's what it felt like yesterday. Everybody was thinking that the world was, everybody was thinking the world was going crazy when it really wasn't. It was just a fluctuation in the market. But Francis, good morning. I know that you have been traveling like a mad woman on an adventure across the United States to spread the good word.
Yes. Yes. Can you guys hear me? I had to, and I have a toddler, but I had to leave off of my iPad. But good morning. Listen, I promise she does this every time we talk about crypto without a fail, which is something to be really excited about. So, I mean, can I really be mad at her? No. But yes, good morning. I'm so sorry, you guys, about yesterday. Listen, so what would have normally taken me about 10 or 11 hours took me 18. And so I was just like dead by the time I got here. So I'm excited though. I'm excited to talk about what we're going to talk about today, which are some trending cryptocurrencies and why. And I personally invest in pretty much all of them. So I'm excited to talk about this for sure.
Yeah. And I think the reason this ended up being a good topic for us is because the questions always come up. You know, when you're brand new to crypto and you haven't invested in anything, it's what do I buy? What's good? And I keep telling people, I told someone yesterday, a family member, like they were like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, even though they've already invested. But every time they see the market go down, they're in complete panic mode. And I was telling them, you know, you got to get educated. You know, this is not for the faint of heart. You know, it's like any other investment. But for people who are expecting rapid returns on their investment, you also got to be ready to see rapid declines in your investment, knowing that the market is the market and it's still going to go up. And so I'm glad that we're talking about this because it's going to give people an idea of some of the things that we look at on a daily basis. I'm going to be honest. Yesterday, I looked at the screen one time. And when I saw my portfolio had dipped significantly, and I'm talking about enough to, you know, go buy a car, I said, let me get my ass off this screen. Let me just go on and do something else, because I know that I'm an impulsive person. I can be impulsive, and I know what the market is doing. So I don't want to let myself get caught up in all of the hype that's going on, or the fear, or anything else, and I didn't, and woke up this morning and it hadn't fully corrected itself, but it definitely corrected itself quite a bit. As a matter of fact, it corrected itself quite a bit since yesterday. And I've just come to the conclusion that the market's gonna do what it's gonna do. That thing gonna thing. And that's the best way to explain it. So we're gonna talk a little bit about, let me throw you on the screen with us, Marilyn. We're going to talk a little bit today about, if we can get to them, the top 10 cryptos in the market, what's going on with them, and why you should be looking at them. And in some cases, maybe you shouldn't. But let's start at number 10, and we're just going to kind of work our way back to number 1, because I think y'all already know what number 1 is, but let's just do it as quickly as we can. So number 1 is Uniswap. I feel like we should be doing a version of Hated It. Y'all remember that from Color? What was it? The what was
Live in
that?
Color.
Live in Color.
Where they vote.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm like, love it.
so let's talk Uniswap. What do y'all think about it?
I love it. I oh, go ahead, Marilyn, but I love it.
Francis, you can go ahead. I actually have like my number 1 coin that I did research on. Y'all know I like to go deep into my coins.
Yeah.
So Uniswap is one that I have in my portfolio. But what I'm doing is actually trying to catch the ones that are like under $1 and $1 and swiping those up as much as I can. And then, you know, moving up the ladder to Uniswap, which is what, $18 right now?
Yeah, it's about, it's
Yeah,
at
so
around 18.
yeah, it is in my portfolio, as I think it's probably my seventh coin. So what I'm doing is actually I'm doing more adding stable coins to my portfolio, because I started out with the meme coins, not really knowing what I was buying because everybody else was doing it. So I'm starting to really secure my portfolio, put some weight in there, some muscle.
Yeah.
Like, you want a sexy portfolio?
Yes, I do.
Francis, what is your thoughts on Uniswap? I'm going to give mine last because it's pretty pitiful in comparison to what Megan just said. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. So Uniswap is cool because it's actually a token developed by one of the Ethereum developers. So to me, that was what was attractive about it. That even made me want it. And I bought it at like not even $3 when they were first talking about it. And I grabbed up quite a few. And now I'm like, shoot, come through $18, even when it drops a little bit. But
I know, right?
it's a really powerful project because it really, again, is going to help the world of automation in general. So I love it. I haven't gotten too geeky with it, but I know it's going to do a lot for the decentralized finance world. But really, to keep it basic, I picked it up because I was like, "Ooh, Ethereum developer, wider audience, I'm in there."
Yeah, I own some of it too, but not enough of it. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm heavily invested in what I consider my top 3, which is Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin. Those are like, and well, let me not say that, because I actually have a few more. Well, let me tell you, if she'd come through, Crypto and Coffee will be officially canceled. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna be on somebody's island. We'll be doing Crypto and Coffee from somebody's island. But Uniswap is one of the ones that, for me, I kind of slept on. Not sleeping on it anymore. I have a list of currencies that I'm buying today. But I love it because of the flexibility, everything that it has going on with it. I was reading up on it today when we were preparing for the show. And I was like, oh, girl, you slept on this one. Let me go and grab a few more. Now, I had the chance to grab it when it was a little less. Right now, it's trading at $18 approximately. Again, we're not giving you financial advice, but you can go do the research on this your own. I will put the link in our chat. For those of you who are wondering where we're getting our information from, it's coming from CoinMarketCap, very, very credible source. And basically, they're just showing what's trending. So that's what's trending today, y'all. Number 9, Polkadot. Now, this is newly becoming one of my new bays, Polkadot. I'm going to let you start, Francis, because I know that you and dot, as you call it, is y'all got a thing going on.
Yes, yes. So man, Dot is powerful. Again, a project that I bought around $1.30, which is insane. Not because I knew what I was doing, but because I had the right mentors to say, hey, y'all might want to look at Polkadot. I didn't really know what it was at the time, but it's different. It's different in the sense of how fast, like how quickly it can process transactions, because it runs off of what's called parachain, meaning, right, typically we look at something like Bitcoin, right, that runs off blockchain technology, one. But Polkadot is parachain, meaning multiple. So the speed of what it can do is a lot faster. But it does so much for the economy. It's going to innovate the way we run transactions in general. And when we talk about security, because of the parachain, I don't even want to use the word effect, but its ability, it makes security a lot better. So when we talk about like why it's an important coin, it's because of the fact that it's going to change transactions. Like I think about banking because the old banker in me, and how slowly some of these financial institutions process transactions. Polkadot is one of those cryptos that will innovate that completely. So I love it. You can stake it, which means you basically can get like passive drips of Polkadot on top of what you've purchased, which is something else that I love about it. So I'm a Dot fan all the way.
Let me jump in real quick before Marilyn gives her feedback on this. Francis, how old are you, 30?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want y'all to see what she just threw in real quick, because we slick over here. She threw in as a retired banker. Y'all, I got kids older than Francis, and she retired, y'all. But anyway, go ahead, Marilyn. I just shout out to my baby sister, retired at 30. Go ahead.
Oh, that's right.
She just slid that in because you know certain things, after you get into this, you position yourself a certain way, things just flow, and you don't. Sometimes I say things and I'm like, and somebody be like, that was powerful, and I'd be like, what I say?
What? Right.
She don't even get that she killing the game. She 30 and she's over here just spewing knowledge and talking about, yeah, you know, the retired banker in me.
Pam, I love Pam, y'all. She keeps me on my toes for real.
Listen, I don't think you realize how powerful you are at 30 years old, girl. If right, go baby girl, for real. She know it, and she got it. But I just wanted to say that real quick because
thank you.
Love Francis, and Francis is a powerhouse, and she claims it. But we got to give her the love and tell her about that, because that was just what they call it. They call them weird flex. That wasn't a weird flex. That was a hot ass flex when you just go, yeah, as a retired banker, you know, I retired when I was 29.
Listen,
so,
my goal is to head to the beach with you, Pam, next time around. So.
Listen, I just said, you know, that's why I'm making notes myself of some that I don't have in my portfolio and some that I need to buy more of. So, but Marilyn, we kind of old school now that we retired, but we didn't retire. Well, I retired quite a bit ago, but it wasn't at 29.
Yeah, right. I know. So Polkadot, that is one that I actually I've had in my wallet for a while. It's been seeing some gains since I had it, but found out some interesting stuff about Polkadot, because y'all know I like to get geeky with my coin. The best part is that it is associated with Ethereum, and it was its founders are, one of them is Dr. Gavin Wood, and then there are two other guys. I don't remember the names right off, but what really stood out was that he was one of the ones to help develop Ethereum. He was a co-founder. So that kind of, you know, anything that's dealing with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and it's associated with it, then I'm putting it in my wallet. That's my short answer.
Yeah. Y'all know my short answer. My short answer is, if it's making money, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
Of the three, I am probably the least geeky and techie. I mean, even though, you know, when it comes to some technical stuff, I can get down with it, but I'm analytical. I look at it and I'm like a black and white type person when it comes to finances. You know, if I see something and it's like, well, last year it was trading for $1. This year it's trading for $30. I go, well, you know, I can put $100 in that and that's going to make me a large return on my investment, and I'm down for it. It just makes sense to me. So I don't know. I can't give you all the statistical information. I can't tell you any of that stuff. What I do know is that money loves speed, and that when you get in on a lot of these currencies, when they're just coming out and they're still in the infancy stage, just like stock market, it's no different. That's when you're going to make money. It's just the bottom line. The money is going to come when you get in early. So let's talk about number 8, and that's the USD coin. And I'm putting this in the chat for you guys so that you can have access and you know what these currencies are trading at. But let's talk about the USD coin, which right now is trading at $1, which makes it a very reasonable coin, or a very reasonable investment, I should say. Let's talk about whether or not this is a good investment. This happens to not be one that I have in my portfolio. Might be putting it in there today though, but you know, it's just been kind of staying there for a minute. That and another one that we're going to talk about in a second. But let's talk about what's going on in the market with this. Francis.
So yeah, I'll take it away because I do. So I wouldn't say that I use the USD coin as like a, I don't know what the word that I'm looking for. So I know, like, for example, right, I'm holding on to Bitcoin, I'm holding on to Ethereum because I know what they're doing, right? But the USD coin for me serves a different purpose. I use it as a trader for volatility. Let me talk about it real quick. So the USD coin is a stable coin, meaning it doesn't really fluctuate in value much. It might stay around like the 99 cent to $1.01 range because it's a 1-to-1 ratio not against, but side by side with the US dollar, basically. So for every unit of crypto is a USD coin. That won't really make too much sense. So let me keep it basic, but I use it as a trader. Why? So when Bitcoin hit 60-something thousand, right? Everybody was like, oh my God, yes, girl, we making this money, we get to retire. And then all of a sudden it was going down to the 40s, the 30s. So with the USD coin, and this can apply to pretty much most cryptocurrencies, I use it as a hedge to protect my profit. So what does that mean? As a trader, if I pull up a chart and I know that, hey, BTC is one of those, you know, Bitcoin's one of those really volatile coins, but it's part of what it needs to do. So I don't have a problem with it. But if I wrote it up to 60,000, right, for example, and my profit, let's just throw out a wild number, my profit is, you know, let's say 7 grand, right? If I know that Bitcoin is about to pull back in price, I want to protect my 7,000 I just made. So what do? Okay, well, when I know it's going to start kind of pulling back a little bit, I could take the majority of that profit and swap it in a wallet, just depending on where I'm keeping it. I could swap it into the US dollar coin. Why? It doesn't really fluctuate in value. So whatever I put into it is going to pretty much stay the same. It might fluctuate by a couple cents, maybe a few dollars, but it's not going to go from 7,000 in profit to 3,000. You know what I mean? If Bitcoin drops half in price. And so I use it as a hedge to protect my profit. Same thing with pretty much any other crypto that you can do, right? Because the idea is I'm only keeping it there temporarily. And then when it starts moving back up, guess what? I re-enter the market while it's low to then ride it back as it goes high again, right? Because how cool would it be if I took my 7,000 and bought again when Bitcoin is 30-something thousand, when we know it's going to ride back up to the 70s, 80s, $100,000. So I use it as a hedge. But then the other thing I do, because I'm pretty much going bankless, is I use it with Coinbase. So selfless plug for all of you on here. Coinbase has a debit card now. So what you can do is you can add money and put it into the USD coin, because it'll essentially be whatever it is you're trying to use in cash. So let's say my spending budget for the month is $3,000. I could buy $3,000 worth of the USD coin because it doesn't really fluctuate. And I could go around using my Coinbase debit card. I don't need to use said bank for anything really. So it's a way that I use it for protection really, and for convenience, because I don't want to be banked anymore. So that's really what I use it for. But I don't use it as like, oh, I'm gonna put, $5,000 here, because if you think about it, it's not gonna really go up. It's a stable coin, meaning the price is gonna stay pretty much the same.
Yeah, and you shared some information. Marilyn and I were talking about this recently when I mentioned about flipping coins.
Yeah.
And I like, again, y'all, I am the least of the techies, but I know how to make money. So I call it flipping coins, but Francis just explained the legit way to do it. But I don't use a USD coin. I've been using Tether, which is very similar. Tether, USDT. It's very similar. It hovers around between 95 cents and $1. So I've been doing the exact same thing. It's been very, very profitable. And right now, and another thing that I do, because early on I was doing debits from my bank account and they were just charging me a shitload of money. So what I started doing was bank transfers directly into buying the USDT coin. And in doing that, it saved me on all of the fees, and it allows me to go ahead in and buy. I just leave X amount of dollars in there. So if you're ready to buy something, my money is sitting there, and I just move it back and forth. And to me, it's like flipping real estate without all of the paperwork. That's what it feels like to me. It's like flipping real estate, so I can go in and I can go out, I can buy. And these are some of the things, honestly, that you learn when you partner with us, when you decide to become part of our team and do what we do. I kid you not, and I'm not saying this, and I'm not giving you numbers like to try and entice you or anything, but you can make a full-time income just flipping coins. So, I mean, you could sit on the market between trading cryptocurrency and flipping coins. You could legit make a full-time income. I'm testifying, y'all. I'm not going to tell you how much. But let me just say, mama is not worried about a thing over here. Not a thing. Okay. And I'll flip my hair on that one. I ain't worried about a thing over here, because it's just enough money. The market is moving enough. The crypto market is moving so fast and moving so frequently that you can trade with it and make money while it's going up or down. And it trades 24/7, no days off. You can get on and, like, when I used to trade Forex, it would be, I had to be on at 2 a.m. I had to get my trade in at this time. No, cryptocurrency is trading all day, every day, no days off. So that's the beautiful thing about it. And then also you can always convert your money over to USD and just let it sit there. When the market jump or it goes up suddenly, because I've seen it happen, you get those sparks where it just shoots up. You can go ahead and do it and grab your money before it goes out. And all of this is advanced talk, I know, but this is what we have been learning, and this is what we're going to teach y'all.
Yeah.
Marilyn.
Wow. I mean, my short answer is I don't own it. And I didn't even think of it the way Francis explained it. I do the exact same thing with Tether, because Tether mirrors the price of the US dollar. So I'm able to move money over and secure it until the market settles and does what it's going to do. But honestly, just being honest and transparent, I do not hold any of this in my portfolio as of now, but I will in the future, because that was some good stuff. Not everybody here is an expert in cryptocurrency. We're even learning on these sessions, because I'm looking at Francis. So yeah, I just love this community, but it is one that I'm going to consider putting into my wallet, since I'm trying to make my portfolio more stable.
Yeah. And listen, I tell you what I love about, what I love most about our community, I say this every session. I came for the cryptocurrency. I came for training, and what I got is a community. The community has been powerful, y'all. I've been in some masterminds where I'm here to tell you, I've paid a whole lot of money. I'm talking about a year's salary to be in a 6-week training program to get around the smartest of the smartest of the brightest people. And I get access to all of them, including my young baby sister, Frances, who retired at 29 years old by force, but nonetheless, she was able to manage it and is now traveling all over the world, speaking the good word of crypto, y'all. And so, listen, it is real. It is very real. And there's a lot of money to be made. And that's why we get on and do these sessions with you guys. That's why we get on here to educate you guys and to empower you guys. What y'all do with it is on you. What we tell y'all to do and what we instruct y'all to do is do your own research, do your own due diligence. And most importantly, get involved with a wealth community. Being around wealthy minded people is so much different than being around people who have that singular mindset. What I mean by singular mindset is this is the only thing I can do. This is the only way you can make money. This is the only way I'm going to prosper. This is the only way. No, absolutely not. I can tell you right now, there are at least 3 to 5 different ways that I'm profiting just off of cryptocurrency, And it doesn't all have to do with buying it. You know, there's, like I just told you, I've been telling everybody, they go, well, how you making money? I go, I flip it. And, you know, instead of explaining to people, because sometimes that conversation is too advanced for folks, you know, I just say, listen, I buy low, I sell high, I buy high, I sell low. I mean, you know, I do a whole bunch of things and make money. So let's talk about number 6, y'all. We're gonna speed this up a little bit. Doge Queen. Do we have any Doge Army up in here? Any Doge? What do y'all think about Doge? Right now, I think it's trading at 23 cents. It's been hovering around there for a minute. I think the least I saw it was at 22 cents. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm surprised that it's holding on in the 20s. I'm just gonna say it. I thought when it plummeted, it was going to plummet. Did I not do number 7?
Number 7 is XRP. That's what I was just gonna say, because I love me some XRP.
Okay, let me back up, y'all. Back it up. Number 7, XRP. Thanks, Jen girl, because you see that coffee kick in. Y'all know when my coffee kick in by now, because I just start running my mouth, and I'm not part of the Doge Army, so we can skip over that one. But number 7, XRP. Love me some XRP. What about y'all?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I love it.
I
Go ahead, Marilyn.
XRP in my portfolio also, and y'all know I call XRP, and this is might be kind of, I don't know, but anyway, I call XRP my hood coin because it's actually XRP's been going through some things lately. Y'all know, I know everybody knows like in depth about XRP. They got this lawsuit going on and they want to know when it's coming in or whatever. And I'm like, you like my hood coin? What's going on? XRP.
Hey, we take people from jail or from Yale. Come through XRP.
But I got you, XRP. You are in my portfolio, like in my.
Listen, I'm with you, because one thing that I learned just through mentorship, and that's the important part, y'all, about being around people who know what's really going on. Because whether or not XRP wins this lawsuit, you still win. And it's this simple. If it crashes and burns, guess what? You'll own part of something in the digital currency world that becomes the first thing on the New York Stock Exchange. And if they do win, shout out to you, XRP is about to blow up, okay? And I bought XRP at like 14 cents. And it's just crazy. Like, it's crazy to think, but it's because of what, if it's going to be considered a faster, cheaper, green currency. Like it can process transactions in 3 to 5 seconds. That's crazy. So I'm holding on right there with you, Marilyn. I feel like I'm going on these jail visits every time I go buy some.
I know, I'm checking up on you.
On the 1 or 2 exchanges that still sell it. So by the way, if you're on here and you're like, I've been trying to buy XRP, nobody got it. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
When everything is over, you like, I took care of you while you were locked up, you know, I was still riding for you. I held it down for you.
I put money on them books. Right, I put money on them books.
Now, we know a little bit too much about this, but XRP right now is trading at approximately, what is it? 64
like
cents.
60 cents. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I bought it when it was significantly higher. shout out to XRP because XRP is still my boo. It still manages to kind of, you know, it's like people trying to push it off and XRP like, don't do it, man. And so for me, I love it. I'm gonna buy some more while it's a little down, but for most of my currency, especially the ones that I can get that's below $1, I try and grab up at least a couple thousand, you know, because I like hedging my portfolio. You know, I want to have 10,000 of this, 5,000 of that, 2,000 of this, because truth of the matter is we're still in the infancy. We talk about this all the time. We're in the infancy and we don't know which coin could take off tomorrow. Because I'm going to be honest with you, going to the next coin, Dogecoin. I never saw that one coming. When you're talking about a joke, that was a joke for real. But I'm going to tell you what Doge did, in my opinion. It set the precedence for meme coins. It raised the bar. And it's just like anything else. You know, you see people, I've always been the person who roots for the little guy, you know, coming from a background where I grew up in poverty and, you know, mom with I have 3 sisters. So it's just us and we lived on welfare, you know, and we broke out of that situation. But, you know, so for me, it's always been, I love people who have a good backstory. You know, I love people who make something out of themselves when everybody expected them to not do anything. And so Doge, even though it's a pretend coin, reminds me a lot of my life. First kid at 16, second one at 21. You know, single mom on welfare out there struggling before I started my first business. And that's what Doge is. It's that struggling mom on welfare. And it came out and was like, I ain't struggling no more. It kind of polished itself off, got its nails done and bought some hair. And Doge went out there strutting for a minute and it got up as high as 72 cents. And now it's hovering around 22. And I'm going to be quite honest. I expected it to crash and burn, but you know, it's not one of the coins that I bought. I started to buy some a couple weeks ago and didn't buy, and I'm glad I didn't. But I'm considering grabbing me a little bit just for shits and giggles, you know, just for shits and giggles, because if it goes up to 72 cents again and I buy 100 of them, then I can transfer that profit over to something else, you know. So I look at coins a little differently because they're all investments for me, some long-term, some short-term. Francis, do you own any Dogecoin? Doge. I like to say Doge.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't. And you know, like Pam said, it really is just about like there's so much flexibility in the world of crypto. It just to me it's one of those coins again. If you're investing, just be wise, right? Like we talked about this in a different session. Just making sure you're diversified. Don't put all your rent money in Doge hoping that it does, you know, something. Just like you wouldn't do with any other coin. But no. So my short answer is no, I don't. I'm not really like I'm not like an anti any coin. I'm more like do your research. If it makes sense for how you man your portfolio, have at it. But it's not one that I invest in. As far as XRP, I think I saw this question in the chat. Uphold is the one I buy from, and somebody might have answered you in the chat already, but Uphold definitely has it.
Yeah, that's where I bought mine from, because when I was trying to buy it, none of the other exchanges had it, and so I bought it from Uphold. But and while we're on this subject, y'all, I'm gonna just share quickly the 3 exchanges that I use are primarily crypto.com, Uphold, and Coinbase. I tend to go with the ones that are considered to be more stable. I know a whole bunch of people bought, I won't name the company, but a whole bunch of people I saw in another group bought a whole bunch of different coins, meme and otherwise. And the exchange got hacked and they were sending out emails with fake links because somebody hacked their system. So I try and stay with the ones that I feel are more firm. Marilyn, let me have you jump in here because we're running on time. Doge.
Yeah, my short answer is, well, last night those did open at 18 cents and close at 19. I wasn't really gonna buy anymore, but I was like, Elon Musk might send out another tweet. So just in case he does, I'll pick up a little bit more because I had my alert set to go down to 20 cents and it dipped down to 19. So that was the only way that I knew that it went down that low. And since it woke me up, I might as well, do something with it.
May as well grab you a few.
Yeah, just a few, just in case he sends out another tweet. I'll be in there.
Well, let's talk about one of the real bays in the game, Cardano.
Ooh.
Yeah.
ADA is trading ADA. Cardano is trading at $1.28. I can tell you went up to $2.40 at its high, which was last month. And your girl got caught up buying it at about $2.20 and ain't worried about it. I bought more. I originally bought it about $1.12, I think. Then it went up and I was like, oh. Got caught up, had too much coffee that day and bought it. But listen, I know better. But that one, I stand behind that purchase because I personally think ADA is undervalued significantly. Francis, your thoughts?
That's my thought exactly. Again, when we talk about who is a co-creator or creator, same person who is a co-founder on the Ethereum side. But Cardano, I agree, is way undervalued because of what it does for technology. If you really look at it, you can bring a lot of research up to the table against Cardano, and it has validity. Like, it's going to do some massive things to technology in general. So I'm all for it. I will keep buying it while it's $1 and some change, because it's just going to allow I feel like a lot of visionaries in the tech world that want to do these massive things in the tech world, but need a resource. And I feel like Cardano is one of them. So I'm in there like swimwear.
Marilyn, what about you? What's your thoughts on Cardano? Do you own any?
Well, yeah, I think I went into depth about Cardano a few days ago. To me, Cardano is like a big sister, Ethereum's mistress. But I did find out some more information about Cardano that I didn't know then, that if you hold Cardano, then you have the right to vote. You get to vote on any changes to the software. So I just thought that was interesting to me. If you hold Cardano, then you have a say in what happens to the software.
And listen, y'all, I love these conversations because they are very grown up and very sexy. There is nothing sexier now than talking about your portfolio, and not necessarily how much money you have. That's irrelevant. The fact that you have a portfolio is sexy to me. So whether it be 1,000, 10,000, we're all down for it. So let's talk about our next coin, our next currency, and that is the Beyonce. It's not actually Beyonce. I like saying it that way though. It's the Beyonce coin, BNB. The Beyonce. What does Beyonce have to do with crypto? She got her own coin. She got her own.
Right.
You know what? I bet she do though. I bet she got a bunch of these coins. But let's talk about the BNB Beyonce coin. I got a few of these right now. It's trading at $301. So this may be out of reach for some people, but definitely a good one to have. It's number 4 on the list, y'all, and there's a reason why. Francis, do you own some? What's your thoughts on it?
Yes, I do. Binance is actually one of the largest global exchanges, which was part of the reason why I was like, they told us about this coin. Should I buy them? I own a few. But for me, it was just because of Binance. I mean, Binance is a powerful exchange. And I feel like their services are just going to keep spreading over time. And then when we talk about like on the geeky side of decentralized ecosystem, I won't get too in depth there, but it's just going to do a lot because one of the largest global exchanges. That was really my only reasoning for wanting to buy the Binance coin, aside from they told me it was a good idea. But
I bought it because it sounded like Beyonce, but Because I got no sense, y'all.
But a lot of investors are investing into the Binance token because, again, Ethereum blockchain. I mean, it's powerful.
Yeah. Marilyn, is this in your portfolio?
No, this one is not in my portfolio as of today, but for the day's end, it probably will be.
Yeah.
My honest answer.
Yeah. I bought a few early on. And honestly, I think this is one that I may have slept on too, but like Marilyn, I try and find as many of the currencies as possible under $1. And then my next marker is $20. So right now, this one is trading for $301, almost $302, I believe. So might be out of reach for some, but
yeah, I would still buy some for
I would
sure.
buy
It's still low-hanging fruit. You can buy.
Yeah, because
buy you a
the
portion.
other
Yeah.
and the other thing about it is, although it started out on Ethereum's blockchain, they then created their own blockchain for Binance. So I mean, even if you could buy 50, $100, it's still very well worth it.
Yeah, and a lot of these coins, what I do love is that you don't hear a lot about them, but they're powerful. They're powerful, and you need to have them in your portfolio if you are indeed building a long-term portfolio. So let's talk about number 3, USDT. Now, this I own quite a bit of because I buy it so that I can flip. So this is where, similar to what Frances does, where she holds hers in USD, I hold a lot of mine in USDT because it's been stable for me. I use crypto.com for a lot of my transactions, and most of them I can transfer. So, Frances, do you own any USDT?
No, personally, I don't. But like Pam said, it's used as a stable coin. You just got to know what you're using it for. And I think the only reason I don't is because now that I'm getting super geeky in the crypto world, it's just under too much scrutiny for me.
Right.
You know, with all these different things going on with it, but it serves the same purpose. There are like platforms where I want to go buy a very rare crypto and I have to use USDT as a means to then take that and buy the crypto. So I'll do that if I have to, but it's not one that I use USDC instead. So the US dollar coin.
Yeah, I'm honestly thinking that I'm going to start moving over. I'm going to check the platforms that I primarily buy with, but I honestly think that I'm going to move over to the USD coin also, just because of looking at it as we were talking. It seems to be a lot more stable than USD.
Yeah.
As far as flexibility, you know, it's not much that the USDT coin is. It's not like it's a ton of flexibility, but I see a whole lot more of stability in the USD coin just across the board. So I think I'm going to be moving over to that, but it serves the same purpose for me. I've been using it to flip and hold money there so that I don't have to pay all the fees.
Yeah.
And I'm able to buy my currency with it. Marilyn, what about you?
Yeah, same Pam. A couple months ago, I think we had that conversation about the fees, and I basically use it for the same purpose because it doesn't move. It kind of mirrors the dollar, and I really don't know if I will buy any more of it if I'm going to be moving over to the other coins. So yeah, basically I just use it as a hedge for now.
Yeah, exactly the same. Let's go to number 2. Number 2 is, do you guys even have to guess what number 2 is, y'all?
Come through ETH.
Ethereum.
Ethereum is Bay. It's Bay. Now it dropped down over the last few days down to about, I think I saw it at 1880. I don't know, maybe a little less than that. But and of course we scooped up a little bit, but I just really feel like Ethereum is very underrated, very extremely underrated. Frances, what is your thoughts on Ethereum?
Listen, I just feel like, just head to YouTube and watch all of our replays because Ethereum is one of the favorites, but it just comes down to this, right? If you put a chart of activity of Bitcoin side by side with an Ethereum chart, the movement is pretty much the same. It's crazy. And so, Ethereum, we just got to think about it for what it really is, the way it's going to innovate so much. And we've talked about this before, but man, it's powerful. Like, yeah, I was buying too in this dip because I was watching, I was hawking. Randy was like, guys, be on the lookout for ETH. Sure enough, I was setting alerts on crypto.com, like notify me when it's less than, 1890, then 1870. So I caught it in the dip too, but it's just what it's doing to the tech world. And the fact that about 85% of all other cryptos run off of its network. It's powerful. It's a really, really powerful project. And, for sake of not keeping you guys on here for an hour, because we could go super geeky with Ethereum, we've talked about this in detail in other sessions. So if you're curious, but again, not financial advice, I'm just telling you, it's going to be worse if you don't buy some Ethereum. So, man, I love it. I love it.
Get you some. And why Francis is why she just mentioned it. You can go back and see all of the replays that we have on YouTube. Look for Crypto Coaching for Women. That is our website. You can also find us on Facebook, Crypto Coaching for Women. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube and join our community on Facebook, where we're posting stuff all the time. But Ethereum is one of those, it's like real estate to me. You buy it and you hold it. Ethereum is still projected to go above 10,000 within the next couple months. It's also projected to go as high as 30 or 40,000 by the end of the year. Will it happen? I don't know, but I tell you what, I got something in it just in case it does. But here's another thing, and then Marilyn, I'm going to throw it over to you. One of the things, someone contacted us yesterday, a family member, was like, Ethereum went down. I bought it at 2,200. You said that was a good price. No, I told you to get in on the training. But at that time, that was the projection. The thing about the market, it's very similar to the stock market. You cannot, a projected number could be, good 1 second and gone the next second. Everything is by the minute. This is no different. Is cryptocurrency volatile? I think life is volatile right now, to just be totally honest with you. A whole lot of people had jobs last year, very stable jobs that they worked very hard for, and they were gone the next day. So is there some instability in cryptocurrency? Absolutely. If you are just going off of what other people tell you to do and not doing any type of research on your own. The name of the group is Crypto Coaching for Women, Crypto Coaching for Women on Facebook, and we're on YouTube. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out a lot of our videos there. We did a whole episode, I think, on Ethereum. So Marilyn, Ethereum,
I'm just going to keep this short. Ethereum seems to be following the same path as Bitcoin, and if Ethereum was married, I would be his mistress because I wouldn't be going anywhere.
So Ethereum is not the prison bae.
No, he's not the prison bae. This is my married bae. I will still be there.
Ethereum, and the funny thing about Ethereum is like Ethereum is just like, for us women, we're just like, yeah, Ethereum is that, he just that good dude,
Yeah.
Like he's consistent. You can count on him. Baby need diapers. Ethereum pop up and be like, I got you, boo. You need pants.
Sugar daddy.
Well, no, Bitcoin's a sugar daddy right now. Ethereum is just good.
Yeah, and just FYI, I have never dated a married man. I would never do it. So,
but if he owned a whole bunch of Ethereum, but okay. But so Ethereum is just that coin. It's very sexy. And I had the alert set up like y'all and grab me a little bit. But let's talk about the sugar daddy. Let's talk about that daddy. Bitcoin, number one. Who's in on Bitcoin on here?
I have it. That's my short answer. I have it.
Now, the word out on the street is that Bitcoin is going to hit $1 million. Right now, it dropped the other day below 30,000 and it's back up to 34,000, y'all. Who got in on that dip?
I got no peace.
Maryland. So what's your thoughts on Bitcoin? Is it number one for a reason, or
the simple reason is that it can make me rich if it goes up. So I keep buying in those slivers. I'm hoping I can get to well, I want to get to a whole coin, maybe two, before it takes off. So I'm slowly flipping my way up to owning a couple of shares in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So
and even
camel, it does be like, I'm out, y'all.
Yeah.
We're going to get a camel. Look, it's like when my granddaughter, when she know we're getting ready to take her somewhere, she'll be like, bye mommy, see you later.
Bye. I'll beat you to the beach, Pam. I'll already be there.
Look, we're going to get a condo on the beach.
Okay.
Francis, I know you have a love relationship with Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have two toddlers here that are fighting, and they're both the same age, and they're driving me crazy.
All right.
So Bitcoin, yes, and yes. I mean, think about it. It's the thing that makes it the most unique is the fact that it was the first cryptocurrency, right, on the market. And it's coded as an actual currency. So for me, it's the importance of what it does for the rest of the world too. There are countries that are about to adopt it as their dominant currency. And that's powerful because that just shows us, we call these wealth indicators all the time. It shows us what's really happening. And when other countries start to adopt Bitcoin as a dominant currency, we're going to have to follow suit. I mean, if you know anything about economics. So anyway, I love it. It does a lot as far as the world goes, giving countries with really bad inflation an opportunity to thrive. And really think about it. Like, it's powerful when you can see a crypto that's going to become someone's dominant currency, but it's because of what it's done for the world. Like, to be able to have a global payment where fees are not out of this world. It could be sent by anybody, which I love. They don't try to drill or hammer you because you want to send a family member $5,000. And it's trusted, right? It's trusted because there's no central authority that controls it. So it's just it's changing the world of financial services, and I'm so excited because for so long they've been taking advantage of people.
Yeah. And I want to add this real briefly for those of you guys who are new to the crypto market and you have not joined a wealth community yet. I'm going to strongly advise you to do so, and preferably ours. One thing that I love most is that we have education on demand. More than 200 different educators who are specialized in the financial arena. Anything between cryptocurrency, buying, trading, all of the fun stuff with crypto, but you can also learn the Forex market and options. So for anybody who's interested in learning how they can make money on demand, want to learn how they can pretty much make their paycheck in a week and sometimes even in a day, a monthly paycheck, then this is the place to be. The training is bar none. Right now, my ability and time is very, very, very short. However, I'm still able to learn and profit. And that's the really crazy thing, that I can tune in at any time I want to. I can get access to the training. I don't have to wait until I talk to Francis. I don't have to wait until I talk to Marilyn or anybody else. I can plug in when it's good for me and learn the information I need to learn. And I can make money moves that quite honestly are life-changing. I say this all the time, and I say it not to brag, but I don't ever have to worry about money again in my life. And that's a very powerful statement at 50 years old. And to be able to fully be retired and know that what I'm doing it because I enjoy it, and because quite honestly, I want to educate other people. You know, this is about educating as many people as we can and getting the word out and changing lives. And then too, I ain't even gonna lie, I like making money. It's a very fun project. You know, it's a lot of fun to wake up and see that you've made more money and that you're just sitting there. And realistically, sometimes you may not even have a purpose for it, but it's knowing that, you know, I have this money, I can change lives, I can do what I want to do, I can go on vacation, I can live where I want to live, I can buy a house, I can buy a condo here, I can do this, I can do that, and I don't even have to worry about where the money is coming from. And that's very powerful. So for those of you who are considering what your next move is, I would say get back in touch with the person who put you on this session and let them know that you want to be part of this community. You want to be part of a community of wealthy minded people who are not singular in their thinking, who know how to point you in the right direction if they don't have all the answers, but more than anything, who are going to be invested in your future and your family's future. So ladies, the market, is it going up and down again? Because this past weekend, that thing was thinging in not the right way. So it got a little ugly. There was blood out on those crypto streets, and people was panicking in a major way. I can't even tell you how many messages I got from people. And I decided over the weekend when I saw what was happening, I was like, well, let me just not look at my phone, because I don't even want that type of negative energy in my life. So Francis, have we seen the worst of the worst, or what's getting ready to happen? You're on mute.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yep, we got you.
Okay, cool. So no, I think that we could see one more. And I'm not talking about like a $18,000 Bitcoin. I mean, I do think we could see one more pushback in price, but it's because I mean, it's anticipated. We have to test certain levels to go to a 40,000 Ethereum or a 100,000 Bitcoin. But honestly, I'm doing my due diligence and staying close to mentorship that really is doing this world. I mean, the truth is, we can only analyze the market as much as analysis allows us to. Like, so it's one of those things. This is why knowing the right things to do at the right times is really important. Not that you've missed the boat, but it is time sensitive, because if you know that we're going to experience one more drawback in price, then put your profit in a stable coin. When it draws back, you go in, you buy even more, and then you let it ride up. And so do I think we could see one more? Yeah. So but honestly, I wouldn't panic. And for me personally, I don't panic because I've been taught to understand the psychology, but I've also been taught tools to use at those times so that I'm not in panic mode, right? Or I'm not crying about a price drop or anything like that. It's part of the game. The stock market does it. I mean, every market needs to do it because we have to test lower levels to reach those newer high levels. So yeah, I think we could definitely see one more pushback in price.
Yeah, and we're gonna wrap it up in a second, but I just think that Frances just dropped today. She was on full blast. That day off did her a whole lot of good. If y'all missed that, let me reiterate what she just said. Is she has her money sitting, waiting to buy. She's ready to pounce. So you can set up alerts. I know on crypto.com, and I believe also on Uphold. I'm not for sure about Coinbase, but you can set up alerts on crypto. And my alerts was going off all weekend. I was just sitting over there, buy, sell, buy. And you know, so if you are not heavily invested now, go ahead and get yourself started with our wealth community, and we'll show you exactly what you need to do. And this is the time to get in. Marilyn, closing thoughts.
Ditto what Pam said. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we put out, so you'll get a little reminder to your phone. That's all I have.
All right, ladies, this has been a fun session as always. Great time. Join us again tomorrow on Crypto and Coffee. We're just going to keep you up to date with what's I feel like we're the news station now for crypto, but we'll keep you up to date with what's going on with crypto. I hope that today's session has been very, very informative. Thank you guys. Thank you ladies so much. I love you. I'm happy to have you back. Yesterday I was just rambling because I missed my sisters, but today Frances dropped some bombs. She dropped some knowledge bombs. And I hope that you guys, if you took nothing else away from this conversation, it's how to be prepared and learn how to buy whatever the market is doing. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the other side. And don't forget, reach back out to the person that put you on this conversation. Let them know you want in for less than $200 a month. Have a wonderful day. Happy Wednesday. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.